There are three obligations laid upon practicing Jews and Muslims. Within their communities, to ignore them would be to make a nonsense of their religious beliefs. Take them away, and their religion lacks substance. It is an empty shell. Almsgiving, prayer, and fasting are the essential requirements of both Judaism and Islam. Some years ago, my late wife and I were guests of a Muslim family in Tarsus. One Sunday afternoon, we received an invitation to meet the local secular judge and his family. We were welcomed into their home by his son, an assured, self-assured, Western-educated young man who was a prospective member of the Turkish Olympic team. His first words after greeting us was to apologize for his father's absence. He was saying his prayers, but he would join us immediately he had finished. I was impressed. Not that his father was saying his prayers, but that his sophisticated son was so matter-of-fact about it. He might have been apologizing for his father taking an important phone call. His very casualness was a testimony to the part that prayer played in that household. Another young Turk impressed me even more when we were on the bus travelling back to Istanbul from Ankara. He was a romantic-looking Eastern character with hair to his shoulders, a carefully trimmed beard, and wearing a long embroidered suede coat, baggy trousers, and high boots. He had hardly settled into his seat before he opened a large box of Turkish delight. Whereupon he stood up, went round the bus, and offered everyone a piece of the Turkish delight before he touched them himself. Again, what impressed me most was the absence of self-consciousness. Imagine the embarrassment if this had happened on an English bus. I left Turkey knowing that I had been in a society where prayer and the generous sharing of your good things with others were as natural as eating and drinking. And of course we must remember that fasting, of which the 30 days of Ramadan are the commonest expression, is an integral part of Islam. And all that I've said about Islam applies to Judaism also. For the devout Jew, the three great pillars of his religion, the three great pillars on which the good life is based, are almsgiving, prayer, and fasting. I recognize that, like all religious practices, they may be abused. Remember, our Lord was scathing at their misuse by the Pharisees. But what strikes me most about our Lord's condemnation of the Pharisees is that he takes for granted that prayer, fasting, and alms will be an essential part of his followers' lives also. He doesn't say, if ever you give alms, if ever you pray, if ever you fast. He says, whenever. Like those young Turks I encountered in Turkey, he takes it for granted that prayer, fasting, and almsgiving will be a routine part of a Christian's life. So the problem that Lent presents is that we are in danger of making special and rare what should be ordinary and commonplace. During the 40 days of Lent, we spend a little more time over our prayers, we give a little extra to charity, we deny ourselves some pleasure such as chocolate or alcohol, we supplement what we have been practicing before and what we shall practice after Lent is over. I think I hear a voice saying that if then prayer, fasting and almsgiving is a common part of our lives, does it mean we should discard Lent? No. Lent is good, despite its danger of religious ostentation. Lent reminds me of my failing to live up to the everyday obligations of my faith. I am in need of that reminder. Lent is also an opportunity to begin new habits of self-denial and to strengthen existing habits that are weak. And that is never a bad thing.